Hello students. So in the series of online classes for Standard 10 English Literature, today we are going to take up the second part of Act 3 Scene 2. The second part of Act 3 Scene 2. It begins from line number 110 from Act 3 Scene 2. Just after Bassanio, he makes the selection of the lead casket. So we have seen in the previous classes, the previous episode that Bassanio only talks about the deceptive outward appearance, and when he was going to make the selection, Portia was more frightened, more scared, more nervous than him. And here Portia, she knew that the lead was the right one, the correct casket, and she has realized that that Bassanio has won. So she says, how all the other passions flee to air, means all her nervousness, all the doubts in her mind, everything just was cleared up. As doubtful thoughts, her doubts, they all vanished. Rash, embarrassed despair means hasty despair. Shuddering fear, all her nervousness. Green-eyed jealousy. Now here there is a small reference of green-eyed jealousy. Green was and is still color associated with jealousy. Here the emotion is personified as a green-eyed monster. So all the doubts, all the nervousness, everything just disappeared. Oh love, be moderate, rally thy ecstasy. And she feels extreme amount of happiness, extreme amount of love. It seemed like it was all raining above her. So the amount of the happiness, the amount of excitement, the amount of joy, the amount of blessing was too much for her, so much for her that she was unable to bear it. And that is when she says, in measure reign the joy scant this excess. I feel too much thy blessing, make it less for fair I surfeit. It will be too much for her to bear, and that is why she wants it a little bit less. And by that time Bassanio had opened the lead casket. Bassanio says, what find I here? And he becomes extremely ecstatic by saying, fair Portia's counterfeit. Counterfeit means portrait, picture, painting. What demigod hath come so near creation? The painter is called demigod, means divine person by Bassanio, who had created that portrait, that picture. Looking at the portrait, he says, move these eyes, means it seems like the eyes in the portrait, they were moving, or whether riding on the balls of mine. Seemed they in motion, because from any angle he looked at the portrait, it seemed like Portia's eye was moving. Here are severed lips parted with sugar breath. He also praises Portia's lips, parted lips, and in between both the lips, the upper and the down one, there is sugary breath. So sweet a bar should sunder such sweet friends. It is a sweet barrier that separates such sweet friends. So both the lips of Portia, upper and lower, they are called as sweet friends, which are divided, separated by sweet breath. Here in her hair, now he starts praising the hair. The painter plays the spider and hath woven a golden mesh to entrap the hearts of men. He compares the portrait with a spider who has created a golden cobweb, C-O-B-W-A-B, cobweb, which is there to entrap, to catch the hearts of men. Faster than gnats in cobwebs, even the spiders, they do not catch their prey so fast as much the hearts of people, they get trapped in that golden cobweb of Portia's hair. Again he returns back to her eyes. How could he see to do them, having need one, methinks it should have power to steal both his and leave itself unfurnished. He says that how was it possible for the painter to create such a divine picture, such divine portrait, not picture. He also says that probably since the portrait, it was painted sideways, only one eye of Portia was visible. So he says that probably when the painter created one eye, so it was created so beautiful that looking at the beauty of that particular eye, the painter lost his eyesight, and that is why he left the other eye unfurnished or unfinished. Yet look how far the substance of my praise doth wrong this shadowing, underpricing it. He says it doesn't matter how much he praises the portrait, but he will underestimate it. So far this shadow doth live behind the substance, but whatever so, the actual Portia, the alive Portia, is far more ahead in beauty than this portrait. And then he finds the scroll. Here is the scroll, the continent and summary of my fortune, which contains and summarizes his fortune. And he reads the scroll inside the lead casket. You that choose not by the view, it is written that Bassanio is the person who did not choose by outward appearance. Chance has fair and choose as true, and so that is why he is fortunate, and he should always choose like that. Since this fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. Now, since this good fortune has come to the hands of Bassanio, so he has to be content, means satisfied, and he should not look for any other option. If you be well pleased with this and hold your fortune for your bliss, if Bassanio is satisfied with the blessing, the fortune which he has just, the reward which he has just received, and takes it as a blessing, as his happiness, turn you away your ladies. He should go to the lady, means to Portia, and claim her with a loving kiss, and he should claim her with a kiss. A gentle scroll, fair lady, by your leave. So he rolls down the scroll, keeps it in the casket, and goes to Portia and kisses her. He says, I come by note to give and to receive, like one of two contending in a prize. He came according to the instructions written in the scroll. He came there to give her a kiss and to receive one from her side. And then he compares himself with two competitors. Bassanio compares himself with two competitors who were fighting for one single prize. That things he had done well in people's eyes. Bassanio is also very ecstatic. He feels like he has done something great. He has achieved something great. Because he is feeling like he is hearing applause and universal shout. He feels like the people there, they are applauding for him, they are cheering for him, and he is feeling giddy, G-I-D-D-Y, giddy with happiness. Still gazing in a doubt whether those peals of praise be his or no, but still Bassanio is not ready to believe that whatever has just happened, it is the truth or not. So, thrice fair lady, and now Portia seems to him 3 times more beautiful. Stand I even so as doubtful whether what I see be true. He is still in doubt. So he is looking at Portia and he is still in doubt that if he has won or not. And until confirmed, signed, ratified by you, until Portia confirms it, approves it, signs it, until then Bassanio will be doubtful. Portia says, you see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. As Bassanio is looking at her, she is the true one, true self. Though for myself alone I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better. Portia says, in her opinion, she couldn't have wished for anything more than this. Yet for you I would be troubled 20 times myself. Now Portia feels like in front of Bassanio, her worth is nothing, and that is why she is saying that to stand parallel, to stand equal in comparison to Bassanio, she wants herself as she is right then. She wanted her trebled 20 times, means 60 times more, just to stand equal to Bassanio. 1,000 times more fair. As much beautiful she is, she wants herself to be 1,000 times more beautiful, 10,000 times more rich, and as much wealth she had, she wanted 10,000 times more to stand equal, to stand high in your account, so that Bassanio would consider herself worthy, Bassanio would consider Portia worthy. I might in virtues means Portia has good qualities, beauty, living means a very good life, friends, exceed account, too much wealth. But the full sum of me is sum of something which to term in gross. But then also she says that but the sum total of herself is only the sum of something in front of Bassanio. She considers herself as unlessoned means inexperienced, unschooled means untrained, unpracticed means unaccustomed. Happy in this, she is not yet so old, but she may learn, but she is satisfied that she is not bred, B-R-E-D, bred. She is not reared up in a dull manner, and still she has the ability to learn, to improve, to improvise. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed, and she is very happy that now she can openly surrender herself to Bassanio, and as Bassanio wishes, he can guide her, direct her, instruct her. As from her Lord, now Bassanio is her Lord, her governor, and her king. Myself and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. Till now, whatever was of Portia and whatever was of Bassanio, whatever belonged to both of them individually, now both of the things, both of the sides, they have been converted. But now I was the lord of this fair mansion. Till then, she was the lord, owner of her beautiful palace, P-A-L-A-C-E, master of her servants, queen over herself, means in a kind she was like a queen. And even now, but now this house, but just then she hands over, she surrenders her house, her palace, her servants, and herself, Portia, herself, are yours, my lord. Everything now belongs to Portia. Now all these things I give them with this ring. She gives Bassanio, not only gives, but she puts it on his finger. And she wants a promise from Bassanio's side, which when you part from, if Bassanio takes it out, loses it, or gives it away to someone else, let it presage the ruin of your love. It will be the indication that his love for Portia has vanished, and be my vantage to exclaim on you, and that will be her opportunity to accuse Bassanio of not loving her. Now, Portia has spoken so much, nothing she left to Bassanio to speak. Bassanio says, Madam, you have bereft me of all words. She has robbed him of all words. She has already spoken everything. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins. There is nothing left. Only now Bassanio's blood speaks to her. And there is such confusion in my powers as some oration fairly spoke by a beloved prince. He is still confused. He feels like, he uses an example by saying that in Elizabethan time, if you understand, the speaker, the orator, or a prince would stand in center of a round-shaped hall. The audience would be all around him, and he would speak standing in the center. And then after the oration, after the speaking is over, from all around, people would applaud, people would comment, people would cheer him up. Bassanio feels like from all around him, so many comments, so many voices are coming that everything is getting mixed up and making him confused. Being blended together turns to a while of nothing, and that is why he is unable to understand anything. Save of joy expressed and not expressed. He only understands one thing, that he is joyful. But when this ring parts from this finger, now Bassanio makes the promise related to the ring. When this ring parts from this finger, he promises Portia that the moment he takes the ring out of his finger, then parts life from hence, means he will part from his life. Oh, then be bold to say Bassanio is dead, and Portia will be boldly able to say that Bassanio is dead. By this time, all the other people like Nerissa, Gracia, and all the rest of the people, they all were standing and they are observing. Now Nerissa, she starts speaking. My lord and lady, it is now our time that have stood by and seen our wishes prosper. Everybody wanted those who were faithful to Portia that Bassanio should win, because everybody knew that Portia, she was in love with him. And they were watching, they were observing having stood by, and they were seeing their wishes coming true. To cry good joy, my lord, my lady. So she wishes both of them, Portia and Bassanio, a good and happy life. Graciano starts, my lord Bassanio, my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish for. I am sure you can wish none from me. He also conveys his best regards, best wishes to both of them. And he also says, and when your honors mean to solemnize the bargain of your faith, when at that moment when Portia and Bassanio, they will exchange their vows at the time of VOWS vows, at the time of marriage. At the same time, I do beseech you, even at that time I may be married too. He also wishes that his marriage also must take place at the same time when both of them, Portia and Bassanio, would exchange vows. Bassanio says, with all my heart, of course, with all his heart. So thou canst get a wife, but for that Bassanio should find a wife for him first. Graciano says, I thank your lordship, you have got me one. He thanks Bassanio that Bassanio has already got him a wife. My eyes, my lord, can look as swiftly as yours. See, if you remember, for the first time when Bassanio, he saw Portia, he fell in love immediately with her, and Portia also was attracted towards him. Similarly, Graciano came to Belmont for the first time, and as soon as he saw Nerissa, he fell in love with her immediately. So as Bassanio quickly fell in love with Portia at the first glance, similarly Graciano. You saw the mistress means Bassanio loved Portia, and I beheld the maid means the lady in waiting. You loved, I loved. For intermission, no more burdens to me, my lord, than you. But Bassanio fell in love with Portia, Graciano also fell in love with Nerissa, but Bassanio waited for such a long time. Graciano does not want to wait. Your fortune stood upon the caskets there, and so did mine. Bassanio's luck depended upon the caskets. And similarly, Graciano's luck also depended upon the caskets. If Bassanio hadn't won, Graciano wouldn't also have, it would not be possible for Graciano to get married to Nerissa. As the matter falls for wooing here until I sweat again, and while Bassanio was making the selection and all, Graciano, he has already proposed to Nerissa, and swearing till my very roof was dry with oaths of love, and he is ready to swear oaths of love in front of everyone till his mouth gets dried. If promise lasts, I got a promise of this fair one, to have her love provided that your fortune achieved her mistress. Now Nerissa, he has proposed to Nerissa, and Nerissa also accepted his proposal to marriage, and now Bassanio has already won Portia, so there is no problem at all. Portia says, is this true, Nerissa? Nerissa says, madam, it is. So you stand pleased with her, means if it doesn't create any problem for Portia. Bassanio says, and do you, Graciano, means good faith, means if he really wishes to marry her. Graciano says, yes, faith, my lord. Truly, my lord, Bassanio, our feast shall be much honored in your marriage. The celebration will be double. Graciano says, but who comes here? Lorenzo and his infidel. Now the time is there for the three main other characters to enter the scene. Till now, the ambience there, the atmosphere there was joyful of celebration, since two new couples have been formed, Bassanio Portia and Graciano Nerissa, and everyone was joyful. But now the mood is going to change with the entry of Celerio, Lorenzo, and his infidel, means the Jew, Jessica, non-Christian. Enter Lorenzo, Jessica, and Celerio. Bassanio says, Lorenzo and Celerio, welcome hither. If that the youth of my new interest here, Lorenzo and Celerio are welcomed by Bassanio, and he has just newly acquired that claim over that place, which gives him the power to welcome both of them there. But he is also humble, polite, and that is why he takes permission from Portia also by saying, by your leave, he tells to Portia that by her leave, he bids his very friends and countrymen, means Venetian friends, welcome. Portia says, so do I, my lord. They are entirely welcome. Portia also welcomes both of them. Lorenzo says, I thank your honor for my part, my lord. My purpose was not to have seen you here. Actually, it was not the purpose of Lorenzo to come to Belmont to see Bassanio, but Meeting with Celerio by the way, on the way he met Celerio. He did entreat me, and Celerio insisted upon him to come along. Past all saying nay, Lorenzo denied, refused. But then also, Celerio brought Lorenzo there to come with him along. And Celerio also says, I did, my lord, and I have reason for it. And he has some specific reasons for doing so. Signor Antonio commends him to you. Signor Antonio had sent him his greetings. With this, the second part of Act 3.